Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It's May here with Craft Cottage Market, and today is day 24 of our 30-day folio challenge. Can you believe it? It's been 24 days. Super excited about this. We've been using our Mother Dearest collection, but of course you could be using anything to create this beautiful folio. Today we're going to actually make something to house our folio so you can gift it on Mother's Day. I also want to remind those of you who are participating on the challenge on the 10th of May, it's the last day that you can enter to win that $25 gift card to Amazon. So make sure if you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is that you're following me, tag me so I can enter your name in the challenge. We'll be doing the drawing on May 11th, which is actually Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all those beautiful women out there, or beautiful mothers. And let's see what else. We also launched our new collection, which is called Whispers in May. So make sure you head on over to Coffee where you can see the collection. I did a pre-launch or preview of the collection on our Friday night video. So make sure you go over to my YouTube channel, click on the live from Friday, and kind of scroll towards the end. You're going to see the collection. It's an actually beautiful collection, and I can't wait to start working with it. So make sure you check that out. If you're not following us on Facebook, I'm going to link all the social media sites that you can follow us on. Facebook, School, for those who want to be a part of our school. We're going to be doing private videos there as well. We have Coffee, so make sure you follow us on Coffee, Instagram, and Pinterest as well. So make sure you follow us on all those social media sites, and I'll make sure I tag you guys below on those places that you can find us. So without further ado, let me show you what I have made to house our beautiful folio. Here we go. Here it is. Absolutely beautiful. This is something that you can continue to make throughout the year to gift, to put your little gift that you're giving to someone. You can take it to your craft events. But I absolutely love, love, love. We've used the Mother Dearest collection to make this. And of course, it houses the beautiful folio. And on one of our days, we were challenged to make a little charm. Of course, I haven't been doing a video on every single one of these steps because a lot of us already know some of the things that, to make these. And so I was also working behind the scenes to get our latest collection out. So I've been a little busy, but this is basically how it's going. It's turning out super beautiful. This is one of the ones that I am working on. I actually have two of them. We've made some paper clips. That's also available for those of you who are following us on Coffee. So there's a little template for that. But it's pretty much come along the way very nicely. I love how it's coming out. If you are following us on Facebook, I've released two little freebies, and those freebies you'll be able to create the flap for our gift bag. So make sure you follow us on all the social media sites so you can grab these beautiful tags, and I'm going to show you those here in a bit, but I'm inserting them here on folio as well. So there's that. I just love how it's coming along. It's coming out very beautiful. I hope that my daughter loves how it's turned out because it's going to be a gift. It's her second Mother's Day, and I hope she loves it. I know she will. I know she will. But it's coming along beautifully, and this is going to be an amazing little gift for her. Okay, so there's that one. And then we have a little page in the back there with some tags. Along the way, we've shown you guys how to do these, so you guys have to check out the group. And this one, I haven't done much, but we can add more of the little tags that comes into the collection. A little tuck spot there. And then we have more over here. The collection has some beautiful journaling cards, so those are available with lots of little pockets. We made this one live. lots of little opportunities for tuck spots and places to, you know, house your tags and ephemeras. Let's put it there for now. And then we have a little pot here and a little side pocket here. So many possibility, guys. Let's go ahead and seal that one shut for now. Okay. We have that. You can put pictures there, and I kind of left some spots so she can add pictures of baby Emma in there. So a lot of this is going to be just where she can tuck, you know, pictures. So over here we have a little cluster, a little pocket that we've created with the collection, and of course more spaces for her to add pictures or little things that she can have for baby Emma. And there's a little tuck spot down here. I love the way it's coming out. It's come out really cute. And of course I put an eyelet here on the little spine there. So yeah, that's that. And now, I know I'm sure you're probably saying, okay, get with it, woman. Let's get to making a gift bag that you can actually use, whether you're going to be making this or any other little folio. All right. So what are we going to use? We're going to be using 12 by 12 sheets of paper. I'm using an 80-pound cardstock. You need 2 of these. You need some eyelets. You'll need your crocodile for your eyelets. You need some foam tape. I grabbed these from Dollar Tree, but this is something that I've had in my stash. And then here's your eyelets. You need your bone folder. You may need, you know, your pencil. Always pencils are, you know, useful. Your paper trimmer, of course, and your scoreboard. Okay, so let's get to creating this. And before I forget, also the group has the little flap that we're going to be using, and this is the flap, and these are the tags that were free in the group. You're welcome to join our group and use this for your gift bag. So this is measured exactly for what we need it for. And then of course, if you happen to notice here, we have some 3D butterflies, and that's from the collection, the freebie that I've given you guys. Okay, so make sure you head on over to our Facebook group and grab that. All right, so over here I have my little template, and we're going to follow these instructions very carefully so that we are not messing it up, because you guys know I am notorious for messing things up. All right, so we have our scoreboard and 2 pieces of our 12 by 12 80-pound cardstock. And what I want you to do first of all is notate with your pencil very lightly in the center, put a number 1. And I'll tell you why that is going to be, because we're going to be making 2 of these 12 by 12 that are almost similar, but on one of them it's going to be slightly different, and we're going to be making some cut marks, and I don't want you to cut the wrong one. Okay, so just make sure you mark them in the center, 1 and then 2 lightly so we can erase it. Okay, so on number 1 we're going to make a score at 2 inches. Okay, at 2 inches all the way down, turn it, and we're going to score at 1 inch. However, we're not going to go all the way down. We're just going to go right down to meet that 2-inch score line that we just made. So I'm just going to go here and go all the way down until it intercepts with that 2-inch score line. Okay, so I stopped it right where it meets. Okay, now score it at 2 inch and go all the way down on a 2 inch. So 1 inch stops right where it meets at the 2 inch one that we made. Okay, and then we're going to score it at 10 inch all the way down as well. Okay, all the way down. And then at 11 inches down to where it meets that first initial score line that we made. So basically, let me bring this one so you can see my pencil lines. So here's the 1 inch, and here's that first initial score line. We stop right there. The 2 inch goes all the way down. The 10 inch goes all the way down. The 11 inch just goes right there where it intercepts, okay? All right, that's number 1. Stick that one aside and let's grab number 2. Now with number 2, it's going to be slightly different. We're going to score at 2 inches all the way down. Okay, we're going to turn. And on this one, we can go all the way down. So we're going to score it at 1 inch all the way down, at 2 inches, okay, at 10 inches, and at 11 inches, okay? Now, if you grab the one that has, that's labeled number 1, we're going to make just a slight little score in the little block. So basically, this is 1. This is where they intercepted here, okay? And we're going to be making a slight score line. So we're going to bring that first initial 2 inch mark that we made, we're going to bring it up to our scoreboard, and we're going to score it at 1 inch, and it's going to meet, just intercept that first initial score line, okay? Don't pass it, just right there, okay? Then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, okay? And so on the opposite side, we're going to do the same thing, turn it over, and we're going to, let me make sure I got it on the right, this way. We're going to bring it over to the 12-inch side and score it down at 11 to meet the 2 inch. So here's my 2-inch score line that went all the way down, right? I'm going to, on that 2-inch side, I'm going to bring it at 1 inch and intercepts there. And then I'm going to bring it down to the 11-inch side and score it here. So on basically, on each side, you're going to have a score there and a score here, but it has to be the way I showed you. So bring it here, score it at 1, and then flip it so the 2 inch is now on the right hand side, and score it at 11. So here's the other piece here, here's the other piece here, okay? And basically you can, if you want, if you find it too confusing to turn and flip, just keep it right here on this side, and then score it down at 1 inch, and then come down here and score it at 1 inch, whatever works for you, okay? All right, so then we're going to grab our scissors, and let's do number 2. And with number 2, what we're doing is we're cutting just these 2 corners, these 2 pieces right here, okay? So this is number 2, and I'm just going to cut that little square that has a little, I'm going to cut that one. Okay, do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, and then we're left with this for number 2, something like this. Okay, put that one aside, grab your number 1. Number 1, we're just making a little small slit at the bottom. So again, here's the 2-inch mark where we scored originally, the first score we made, and I'm just going to cut it right there, okay? I'm not going to go over it or past it, just that those two score lines meet, and that's where I'm trimming. Turn it and do it in the opposite direction, right where they meet. The two score lines intercept and meet. That's exactly where we're trimming, and then we're left with these two little flaps like that. Okay. All right. Now let's get our scoreboard out of the way, and let's grab our bone folder. Let's go ahead and burnish these pieces. Push them back like so. And this is one that I'm folding back, just so you know. On these two little ones that we have here on one, don't worry about scoring that. That's just so that we can make a little small minute fold. Okay, so put one aside, grab two, and let's go ahead and fold those back and burnish. This one's a little bit easier because you don't have that little piece, that little flap. Okay. Nice, very nice. Okay, so now we have that, and now we're going to go ahead and grab our glue. Now, I do find that it's so much easier if you glue it like this, okay? But before you glue it, let's go ahead and grab our decorative pieces that we're going to be cutting for these. Now, on these, you're going to be cutting two pieces that are 2 by 7 and 9/16. It's the very last, so you're just taking a hairline of the 8-inch, just that little small 1/16 of an inch off the 8-inch mark. So basically, I have my ruler here. It's just a little small slither that I am cutting off, just a tiny little bit, okay? So you're going to cut it like that, two pieces. And we do need a scoreboard for this. So let's go ahead and grab our scoreboard before we do anything else, because we're going to score those in the middle. So let's go ahead and grab that scoreboard again. And we're going to score these two pieces that are 2 inches by 7 and 9/16, and score it at 1 inch. Oh, let's do it this way so we can, at 1 inch and 1 inch. Okay, so then you're left with those two pieces, and then you're also going to trim another piece that is 1 3/4 of an inch by 7 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then you're going to cut two pieces that are 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. Okay, you need two pieces, and you can just kind of mix them up. If you're using the collection, you're welcome to just do it the same way I'm doing it, but it's 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. You need two pieces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead on this flap here, number 2. On number 2, go ahead and grab the piece that is 1 3/4 by 7 3/4, and go ahead and glue that down. It's gonna make it easier to glue these down than trying to do it when the box is already done. Okay, go ahead and do that. Just makes it easy to burnish. Okay, and then you can go ahead and grab one of your pieces that is 7 3/4 by 9 3/4, and go ahead and glue that one down. I'm trying to get really close to the edge so it's not kind of lifting up. I'm going to put that down like so. And burnish it in. Okay. On the two pieces that you scored at 2 by 7 and 9/16, which is like just a little hairline off the 8-inch, go ahead and fold and burnish those two pieces in. Okay, and then you're going to grab one of them and you're just going to tuck it right on the, this is number 2 that we're working on. You're just going to put it right on top like so, okay? I just found it's easier if you do it this way than trying to apply the pieces after the bag's already assembled. Okay. And this is perfect little gift bag, sorry, that you can make for other gifts as well. So make sure you take advantage of the little template. Make sure, I'm just gonna slip there. I'll make sure I scan that piece in so you guys can see it a lot better, okay? Because I know it could be a little bit confusing. Okay, so we have that one. Go ahead and grab number 1, and we're going to put this in. If you are in the group, you would have gotten the flap that I designed for this. And you're going to want to grab your flap and you're going to score it at 1 inch once you've cut it. So let's go ahead and grab our scoreboard and do that. So pretty much what we're doing is we're going to try to hide it behind all that, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now, let's go ahead and fold that back and burnish that. All right, let's grab this piece that's 2 inches by 7 9/16, and we're going to attach it like so. Oh, like that. All right. You can probably miter this one. Let's go ahead and miter that, because this one's going to have that little flap. So go ahead and miter that if you want. You don't have to. Okay. And I'm trying to do this really, really quick, so it's not a super long video. All right, we're going to attach it between here in the center. I forgot to tell you guys that, but I'm assuming you guys would know. All right, so right between that center point is where we're going to attach this. Make sure you bring it all the way down and it meets the little top edge of your piece. Flip it over. Make sure it's all nice and glued down. And then we're going to grab our flap here, and this is the back side. So this piece is going to go right on top. So this is the back side. We're going to take this little flap and we're going to go ahead and glue it right on here like so. Okay, so here's the 2 score lines right here, and we're going to line it right there. Just like that. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to make sure that that little score line is kind of overlapping. So just, if you want to fold it in on the inside, that's fine. And you can do that. And it makes it easier for you. And we're just putting it on the flap. We're putting the glue right on the one flap, where we created like a little hinge. Okay. It's not really necessary if you don't want to put that little black piece in. If you don't want to put that one strip, you don't have to. It kind of gives it a little bit more stability. It makes it more sturdy. I recommend it because I noticed that it was a little flimsy. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and grab this piece. Like I said, you can miter that in, so if you don't want to see it. I'm not too concerned about it. It's my daughter, but you know, if you guys are concerned about it, go for it. You know, miter it in. I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. And yeah, I decided I wasn't going to do that extra little flap, but I thought it gave it more stability. So that's why I said go ahead and do it, even though it's not going to be noticeable, but in my visual little mind, I know that it is. Okay, so we're going to bring it up, center it in. Okay, all right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to grab one, okay, and it's pretty much one goes on top of the other, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue the flap of 2 on top of the flap of 1, okay. So this is 2 that I have in my hands, and I'm gluing it on top of the flap of 1 on one side, okay. Make sure you get plenty of glue there because that holds your bag. And I'm going to line it up right to that little score line. Bring it together like so, like that, okay. Make sure you lock it in place. I hold it down and then I burnish to make sure it makes that contact with the glue. If it seeps out, go ahead and clean it. Okay. Especially down here, you don't want anything lifting up, okay? Now we have that. Go ahead and fold that just in like so, just to kind of get that nice little crease. Okay, and then fold it back. Okay, so now we have like a little backwards V almost. Okay, now so this was 2 and this was 1. So now we're going to flip it over this way and we're going to bring 2, okay, and then we're going to bring the flap from 1 down, the one that has the 2 little flap, fold those out like that, fold this one in like so, and we're going to bring that flap over to meet this flap once it's folded in. So this one has, this is one. We're going to go ahead and apply some glue. I was going to make an SVG so that, you know, if you had a machine, you can cut it. And I might do that. I wasn't feeling the best this weekend. I ate something that didn't agree with my stomach. Basically, I just have to watch what I eat. So today is one of those days that I'm just drinking tea and cleansing out my stomach. Kind of taking it easy on my tummy. Alright, so we're going to burnish that in really nicely. Okay. And then we're left with something like this, and we're going to go ahead and fold this flap in. Like that, and go ahead and burnish that in. Do the same thing over here. It's so pretty. This collection was so pretty. Okay, so now we have them folded in like so. Okay, and then you're saying, okay, well, what do we do with the bottom? All right, with the bottom, what we're going to do is you're going to tuck these in. But before you do that, just slightly, okay, slightly give that a little bit of a squeeze where that score line is, just a little, okay, and go ahead and apply some glue. Let's go ahead and fold these out a little bit. Apply some glue, and let's I'm going to do both flaps. And then tuck them in. It's going to get a little messy in there. I'll just clean it. Go in. Gonna push those in. Flat in. Do the same thing for the other one. You can use score tape, but I just found that it was a little bit. I don't like to use score tape for some things like this because it could be a little risky. I like to use Fabri-Tac so that I can move and shift things around. So we just want to make sure it's kind of flat here, and then inside the flaps are glued attached to that. Go ahead and lay it down and grab your bone folder and burnish it in. Okay. The same thing, opposite side. And then we're left with this here, like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on this little bottom flap and glue it in. It's that easy, guys. It really is. It really, once you get the hang of it, you're going to be, well, let's put it on the flap. You're going to be popping these out. I might not be the best at giving directions sometimes, but it really is easy. Bring it in. And I just found that by decorating it before was easier than trying to decorate it afterwards. It was just a lot more a nuisance. Okay, and then you're left with this, and then you can grab your Velcro. I guess I didn't tell you guys that. But you'll grab your Velcro, and these are from Dollar Dollar Tree. Grab it, put it right smack there, and then fold it slightly, bring it over, press down, and that's that. Okay, see, cute. It's already folded. You didn't have to sit here and try to. I found that, for instance, on these, trying to fold it afterwards was a little bit more difficult. So that's why I wanted you guys to fold it in before you assembled it. Okay, see, because now it's nice and crisp. Nice and crisp. Love it. Okay, now for our tag. In the collection, you had some tags. You're welcome also to take some of, the scraps. I'm going to go ahead and grab, and I've backed it up. What I ended up doing is making my tag just a tiny bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one because it was a little bit bigger. I'll probably post in the group smaller ones for you guys if you guys want to make like little gift cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me grab my trimmer. I'm just going to cut it. And by the way, let me tell you guys, this trimmer is awesome. It is totally worth the money. Okay, I'm going to trim it just a little bit. And you can use that for something else. You can use it for a tab or something. I'm just going to trim around, make it smaller. Again, you could probably use your paper collection for this. But I just thought, you know what? I'm going to probably make some smaller ones, okay, for this collection. And just keep those for something else, Just go ahead and toss that. I had enough. And I'm going to grab my corner punches here and punch. That's not, yeah, that's it. Punch out the corner. I'm going to grab my crocodile. I'm going to eyeball the center. And punch it out with this 3/16 hole. And grab one of these eyelets. I think I grabbed the small one. Huh? I thought it was a little small. Let's go ahead and, okay, that's pretty much how I did that. And then for the butterflies, I cut them out. I have a little foam tape in the back, and go ahead and cut those out. Put your foam tape. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in just so that it's line it up a little. Okay. Do the same thing. I'm going to go with the blue on top. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all I really did. Okay, fold the little wings back like so. Oops. We wasn't ready. You want the wings folded back once it's glued in. Like this one was ready. Okay. And then you can just place it on your little bag. Again, I have another little foam tape on the back of it. And we're going to put a little bit more glue. Put it down there by her. And do the same thing over here, maybe over here. so cute. So stinking cute. Okay. And then for our tag, I'm going to go ahead and lay that one flat. I'm going to go ahead and make a little, like a hole. You could probably do it on the side. And I might do that. Let's do it on the side. Because on this one, I have it just on the front. Right there. I mean, you could do that on the front. Or you can do it on the side. I'm going to go ahead and do this one on the side. Let's go do that on the side. And that's just a matter of finding a little spot to punch. And I'm using the 3/16 hole punch on the crocodile. I'm going to go about center, maybe 3/8 of an inch in. Grab another eyelet. And you can also put little straps on that too if you wanted. You want to be creative and go above and beyond. Oops, fell out. You can do that as well. That's entirely up to you, but you can definitely put a little, if you don't have Velcro, you can make a little slit right here, and then tie it in. That's entirely up to you. Sky's the limit when you're crafting. I might do it one way and you might do it another. Okay, so there's that, and then I can just grab some of my seam binding, which is what I did, and put this back. I like to clean up as I go. I know some people, that annoys some people, but that's just me. It's how my brain works. Okay. All right, let's get it nice and distressed. Okay. And then fold it in half. That's all I did. Tuck it in. Put the two tails in the circle, pull it through. Bring it down like so. And then stick it through your little tag. I'm gonna go ahead and use my pencil to poke it through. All right. And then you can make your little bow however you want. There's now, I like my bows to be shabby, and okay, so then we have a little cute bow there, and it is so stinking cute, and I think that'll work. I think that'll work. I mean, even if we squeeze it in, that's going to be squeezed in there, right? So then all you have left to do is to put your little folio in. This is for my second folio that I'm working on, and all it does is going to go right in there like so, and then we can squeeze it in a little, bring it up, and we have a cute little bag for our folio. Well, that is all I have for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you grab your little flap to create this beautiful little gift bag in our group. And if you're not following me on my social media sites, what's stopping you from doing it? Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're there. I know right now my TikTok is fairly small, but if you guys, grab it, follow me there. I look forward to seeing you all there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you liked what we've created, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.